There was a young fighter who spent years waiting for motivation, waiting for confidence, waiting for the perfect opportunity, waiting for life to finally become easier. He believed that one day something would happen, someone would appear, a mentor, a friend, a breakthrough, a moment that would change everything. But nothing happened. The years passed, and his life remained exactly the same. One morning, after another disappointing week, he arrived at the gym before sunrise. The streets were empty. The city was silent. The gym lights were already on. Inside, he found an old coach wrapping his hands. The coach looked at him and asked a simple question. "What are you waiting for?" The young man laughed. "I don't know." The coach nodded. "That's the problem." The young man didn't understand. The coach stood up and pointed toward the ring. "Most people spend their lives waiting for someone to save them." He paused. "A parent, a partner, a friend, a boss, a lucky opportunity, a better future." Then he looked directly into the young man's eyes. "But nobody is coming." The words felt harsh, almost cruel, but they stayed in his mind for days. Nobody is coming. At first, he resisted the idea. Surely someone would help. Surely things would improve. Surely life would eventually become fair. But deep down, he knew the truth. The coach wasn't being cruel. He was being honest. The world doesn't reward people because they deserve success. The world rewards action, and action begins when excuses end. For years, the young man had blamed circumstances, his childhood, his lack of money, his bad luck, his anxiety, his failures, his fears. The list was endless, and every excuse gave him temporary comfort. But comfort was exactly what kept him weak. Because every excuse removes responsibility. And when responsibility disappears, power disappears with it. The Stoics understood this better than almost anyone. Marcus Aurelius ruled an empire, yet he constantly reminded himself that life owes us nothing. Not fairness, not comfort, not success, nothing. Many people hear this and become discouraged. Warriors hear this and become free. Because if life owes you nothing, then nobody can take away what was never promised. The young fighter began seeing the world differently. He stopped asking, "Why is this happening to me?" and started asking, "What can I do about it?" That single question changed everything, because every problem suddenly became an opportunity for action. Most people never realize how powerful responsibility truly is. They think responsibility is a burden. It isn't. Responsibility is control. The moment you accept responsibility, you regain influence over your future. The fighter noticed something interesting. The strongest people in the gym never complained, not because their lives were perfect, because they understood something important. Complaining changes nothing. Action changes everything. One evening after training, he watched a professional fighter preparing for a fight. The fighter had injuries, fatigue, pressure, doubt, yet he trained anyway. The young man asked him, "What if you lose?" The fighter smiled. "What if I win?" The answer seemed simple, but it contained a powerful lesson. Most people spend more time imagining failure than pursuing success. Their minds become prisons, built from possibilities that never happen. The fighter wasn't ignoring risk. He simply refused to let fear decide his future. Weeks turned into months. Months turned into years. Slowly, the young man changed. Not because life became easier, because he became harder to break. This is one of the greatest misconceptions people have about strength. Strength is not the ability to avoid problems. Strength is the ability to endure them. Anyone can stay calm when life is easy. Anyone can be disciplined when motivation is high. Anyone can feel confident when everything goes well. The real test comes when life becomes difficult, when nobody believes in you, when results are slow, when progress is invisible, when everything inside you wants to quit. That is where character is built. The gym taught him another lesson. Nobody can fight your rounds for you. Your coach can guide you. Your teammates can support you. Your family can encourage you. But when the bell rings, you are alone. Life works the same way. People can help, but nobody can do the work for you. Nobody can build your discipline. Nobody can build your confidence. Nobody can build your future. Those responsibilities belong to you. And that's actually good news, because it means your future is not controlled by other people. It is controlled by your actions. One day, during a brutal training session, the young fighter felt like quitting. His lungs burned. His legs felt heavy. His body screamed for rest. Every excuse returned. You deserve a break. Skip today. Start tomorrow. Take it easy. The voice sounded reasonable. Comfort always does. Then he remembered something the coach once told him. The life you want is hidden inside the work you're avoiding. The sentence hit him like a punch. Because it was true. Everything he wanted existed on the other side of discomfort, confidence, discipline, strength, self-respect. All of it required effort. All of it required sacrifice. All of it required action. Most people know what to do. They simply don't want to do it. The warrior learns something different. He acts first. His feelings catch up later. The years passed. Eventually, the young man became the fighter he once admired. Not because he was special, not because he was gifted, not because he was lucky, because he stopped waiting. He stopped hoping someone would save him. He stopped expecting life to change without effort. He stopped looking outward and started looking inward. That is where transformation begins. The moment you realize nobody is coming. Not because it's depressing, because it's empowering. It means the responsibility is yours, but so is the power. You don't need permission. You don't need perfect conditions. You don't need guarantees. You don't need someone to rescue you. You need action. You need discipline. You need courage. Most importantly, you need ownership. Ownership of your mistakes. Ownership of your choices. Ownership of your future. Because the moment you fully own your life is the moment your life begins to change. Maybe that's the lesson you need today. Stop waiting. Stop hoping. Stop postponing. Start building. Start training. Start learning. Start moving. Because time is passing whether you act or not. And one day, you'll either be grateful that you started or regret that you waited. The choice is yours. Always has been. Always will be. If this message resonated with you, subscribe and join this community. Many people watch these videos without subscribing, but by subscribing, you help spread these lessons to others who need them. Leave a comment below. I will save myself. And remember, the day you stop waiting for someone to save you is the day your real life begins.